Among all the jewels and gowns that define royal appearances, there is a particular thread running through the style of Catherine, Princess of Wales. Time and again, she has turned to the shimmering designs of British designer Jenny Packham, whose sequined creations have become almost synonymous with Catherine's red carpet elegance. These gowns, gleaming with crystals and intricate beadwork, carry more than glamour. They reflect Catherine's loyalty to British fashion, her embrace of sustainability through re-wearing, and her instinct for balancing modern sparkle with centuries of tradition. Her journey with Packham gowns began in one of the most memorable ways. In September 2013, only months after the birth of Prince George, Catherine made her glittering return to the spotlight at the inaugural Tusk Conservation Awards in London. The evening celebrated wildlife preservation in Africa, a cause deeply connected to Prince William's patronage. Catherine appeared radiant in a pale gold floor-length Jenny Packham gown, sleeveless and adorned with delicate sequins. Every step she took caught the light, the fitted bodice flowing into a graceful skirt. She paired the gown with metallic sandals, kept her jewelry minimal, and styled her hair in soft waves. It was a moment that announced not only her return to royal duties, but also her enduring commitment to causes tied to her husband's heart. Nearly a decade later, in June 2023, she chose Packham once again for an occasion far from London. This time, she attended the royal wedding banquet of Crown Prince Hussein of Jordan and Princess Rajwa. For Catherine, it carried special resonance, as she had spent part of her childhood in Jordan. That personal connection made her appearance at the lavish celebration especially poignant. She wore the Jenny Packham Georgia gown in soft rose pink, its surface alive with sequins and crystal embellishments along the neckline and waist. The long sleeves, modest round neckline, and slight train gave the dress a romantic formality, perfectly suited to the grandeur of the event. Reports did not dwell on accessories, but the gown itself radiated understated luxury, reflecting both her respect for the hosts and her quiet personal ties to the region. But Catherine's affinity for sequined drama was perhaps most unforgettable in September 2021. At the world premiere of the James Bond film No Time to Die at London's Royal Albert Hall. Joining Prince William, then Prince Charles, and Camilla, she embodied the glamour of the Bond legacy. For this occasion, she wore a gold Jenny Packham gown with a plunging neckline, dramatic shoulders, and an attached cape that cascaded with folded sequins and glittering tulle. It was a gown that seemed designed for the spotlight, evoking the legendary glamour of the Bond franchise itself. Her hair was swept up to showcase the brilliance of the dress, while accessories faded into the background. The gown itself was the story, shimmering like a piece of cinema history. 2 years later, in December 2023, Catherine brought back that same Georgia gown in pink sequins, this time for the annual diplomatic reception at Buckingham Palace. This was no ordinary event. It was the first diplomatic reception since King Charles III's coronation. Over 500 members of the diplomatic corps attended, and Catherine's re-worn gown carried more meaning than any new creation might have. Its sparkling sequins and subtle train were elevated by regal touches. The lover's knot tiara, Queen Elizabeth II's Greville chandelier earrings, and the star and sash of the Royal Victorian Order. Here was Catherine at her most regal, blending sustainability with splendor, reminding the world that repeating a gown can still dazzle when accessorized with history and heritage. Her relationship with Packham gowns, however, stretches back even further. In June 2011, as a newlywed princess, she attended the ARC 10th Anniversary Gala in London. It was one of her earliest major outings as William's wife, and she wore a soft blush Jenny Packham gown embellished with sequins and delicate beading. The floor-length dress was feminine, graceful, and subtle. a gentle early signal of her style. Glamorous, yet never ostentatious. With understated earrings and a simple clutch, the ensemble placed emphasis on the gown's quiet shimmer, foreshadowing the sparkle that would become a hallmark of her evening wardrobe. Her sequined looks have extended beyond gala dinners and diplomatic receptions. In January 2020, Catherine attended the UK-Africa Investment Summit at Buckingham Palace. For this event, she chose a ruby red needle and thread midi dress with intricate sequins that shimmered under the palace lights. Its flared skirt and long sleeves balanced elegance with modern ease. She paired the dress with crimson suede pumps and minimal jewelry, allowing the sequined fabric itself to command attention. With her signature side-swept waves and diamond drop earrings, she delivered a polished yet approachable look that underscored her support for international cooperation. That same blend of thoughtfulness and glamour was evident in June 2021 at the Eden Project in Cornwall during the G7 summit. Surrounded by world leaders and their spouses, Catherine opted for a breezy pink Alexander McQueen midi dress. Its cinched waist and flowing skirt moved with the summer air, while a tan clutch and nude espadrille wedges gave the outfit relaxed sophistication. Pearl earrings and a delicate necklace added subtle grace. Though less formal than her sequined Packham gowns, this appearance reinforced her instinct for matching setting to style, never overshadowing but always complementing the event. In September 2022, Catherine stepped into her new role as Princess of Wales following the death of Queen Elizabeth II. At a reception in Buckingham Palace honoring the late monarch, her attire was measured and solemn. She wore a black Dolce & Gabbana midi dress, fitted and long-sleeved, paired with patent pumps and a structured clutch. Her jewelry carried emotional weight: a 3-strand pearl necklace and earrings, both believed to have belonged to the Queen. Her hair, usually styled in side-swept waves, was drawn more conservatively behind one ear. Every element reflected dignity, mourning, and respect, marking one of her first appearances in a role of heightened responsibility. Then came May 2023, one of the most historic days of her life: the coronation of King Charles III at Westminster Abbey. On this occasion, Catherine wore an ivory Alexander McQueen gown embroidered with roses, thistles, daffodils, and shamrocks, symbols of the United Kingdom's 4 nations. Draped over it was the deep blue mantle of the Royal Victorian Order, edged in scarlet. Instead of a tiara, she chose a silver floral headpiece designed by Jess Collett and Alexander McQueen. Paired with her soft waves, the headpiece shimmered like a modern crown. Diana's sapphire and diamond earrings and a matching necklace completed the ensemble, uniting the past and present in one of the most photographed moments of her life. Finally, in November 2023, Catherine attended the solemn Remembrance Sunday service at the Cenotaph in London. For this deeply meaningful occasion, she wore a tailored black Catherine Walker coat with military detailing, accented by a wide-brimmed hat. A simple poppy brooch, black suede boots, and diamond and pearl earrings once belonging to Queen Elizabeth II completed the ensemble. Her hairstyle, tucked neatly beneath her hat, framed her face with quiet composure, reflecting both respect for the fallen and her role as a steady figure in the nation's memory. Across these many appearances, one truth is clear: Catherine's sequined Jenny Packham gowns and carefully chosen ensembles are not just clothes. They are messages. They honor conservation, celebrate diplomacy, support British design, and embody respect for history. They balance sustainability with glamour, tradition with innovation. And perhaps most importantly, they remind the world that style, when worn with such understanding, can carry as much meaning as words. As Catherine continues her journey as princess, of Wales, every gown, every accessory, and every carefully chosen hairstyle becomes part of the tapestry of her public life. In glittering sequins or in solemn black, she communicates with grace, ensuring that her presence, like her gowns, sparkles with both elegance and significance.